Is it possible to overstate the importance of this game? I mean, not just on the season, but it seems like there might be some like bigger picture stuff too. For whoever doesn't come out on the right side on Sunday.
Um, I, I I don't think I can even focus on that. I think the focus is on this game for the AFC North is to get to the playoffs. Um, it's at home, and stage is set. I think um, both teams have their warts, but both teams have a chance to play their best ball late, and I like to be the victor in that.
Mike said earlier this week that response is action based. What kind
Mm-hmm.
of actions have you seen from this locker room so far this week?
Actions are I think solution based, and go towards showing that in the game. We make adjustments, but our execution and our effort and our determination to get things done, that only gets explained on the Sunday.
Cam, from a rush defense standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
what do you guys feel like you've done the last couple of weeks to prepare you for what you see Sunday?
Uh, we've had better communication, better alignment, better assignment. But with this team, it's not just the running back; it's the quarterback as well. So everybody's got to be accountable, and it takes a lot of hats to the wall. It's not something that's done in the first quarter or second quarter. I think last time we did a pretty good job in the first and second, and then they kind of reeled off some big runs late. But this game is always predicated on playing well all the way through the fourth.
Do you go in with the mindset like, hey, Lamar's playing, that's how we need to approach this?
Yes. They're going to give themselves the best opportunity, and that's Lamar. He's an MVP. So I'll prepare for him, and we'll see what happens.
That being said, I mean, Snoop, I know you guys have seen him before, sort
Yeah.
of, but it seems like he is developing a little bit maybe as a player. He's not Lamar, but I mean, it seems like the offense there isn't as big a drop off as maybe there might have been a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Snoop's won games in this league. He's in a comfortable spot where he knows the offense, knows the players around him, and that's what you want from your backup quarterback. We have Mason who's won games as well. So, having a backup quarterback that can get you through situations and play above the head football is really key in this time.
Might be pretty self-explanatory, but what would it mean to have TJ back for this game?
We're going to need all the tools we can get. Baltimore's coming here, and having TJ back definitely stabilizes our group. But we're not just looking to throw him out there and everybody be scared. We need TJ to play TJ ball.
How about Eccles? How much does he really set what you guys do in the secondary when he's out there?
I think one, it kind of frees Jalen up too to play around a little bit, and then Eccles makes plays. Whether it's picking off the ball, sacking Lamar last time, he is a force in run and pass. Knows where he needs to be, and he's an established guy.
Cam, Mike seems to almost make fun of how we point out the splits between when Harmon's playing and the run defense and not, almost to the point where he's kind of like, is that because he's a rookie? Like, A, how good is he against the run or help you guys? And B, is there something like he's a rookie, like we're not going to say he's too much or give him too much credit for it or whatever?
I think it's just understanding what Derek brings, and Derek's definitely ahead of the game, plays with strong hands, understands the playbook a lot better than a lot of rookies. And I just think he's got a good, feel for the game this early on. Definitely helps having him out there. Makes our rotation a lot bigger, and he can disrupt a lot of the game too.
Obviously, the stakes are high for this matchup, but what makes there be so much national intrigue year after year for these late matchups between these two teams?
Because it's either getting to the playoffs or making a lot of noise in the playoffs in these games. So, both teams have aspirations of going far in the playoffs, and rightfully so or not, we've inherited that. But we have to. You have to have your best game against them because they're just trying to send you home, just like it's a college game. So it's really fun to watch and be a part of.
What do you tell Derek about this rivalry? He wasn't able to play in the first game. It seems like he's kind of up to speed.
Bring your kick-ass. We got a game to play, and Derek is well equipped for it. But these teams have always been just both guys bludgeoning each other, taking shots, and it comes down to the fourth quarter.
Do you get a sense that guys in this locker room really like the college type of atmosphere? The winner go home feels like you're in the college football playoff right now.
I don't know if we're really thinking about it. I think we're just more concerned with we got to play our best ball. There's urgency there. There's us just trying to kick a hole out of our tail, and we got to be make up for our mistakes last week.
Cam, your brother got named a Pro Bowl alternate last week.
Mm-hmm.
What has these 4 years meant for you to sort of be, so obviously you're not locked into next year, but to be around each other, what has that sort of meant for you on a personal level?
I got to watch him grow on and off the field and continue to just keep learning. It's tough. I know he wants to be out there every play, but I've watched him accept his role and go out there and make the most of his plays. And then, off the field, I got to relearn my brother. I hadn't been in the house with him for like 15 years. So for me getting the chance to be around my brother and relearn him, see how he is with teammates, and that's just something I'll never I'll always remember, but never take for granted.
You think it's kind of hard to be your brother?
Yeah.
Well, because, I mean, he gets a lot of crap because people think because of his last
It's a shit ton of it. But, I think, I kind of walked in there myself, being my dad's son. He's just got it both ways. He's got to deal with both of us, and it's not always easy. But I think he's answered it, and he's done it his own way.
You think he's carved out his own niche
Yeah.
here, whether it's here or someplace else? I mean, obviously I know he's up for a deal next year. He'll be a free agent in March.
I think he's carved over a role. Every time he makes a play, I'm like, the league needs you. And so he's looked at it as an opportunity to just make plays when he can, and, he wants to be in this league for a long time.
Any chance you take Darnell's role in Spartan and push him?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm playing a lot of snaps on defense. I don't know they're going to allow me to do that, so we'll see.
Last two.
What do you think of Connor's lead blocking as a fullback there?
It's looking good. We're going to need some more. He's got to take on the Ironhead role this week, so we need that.
Would they have to change the name to Buckeye or something if you got in?
It better be Buckeye Spartan, not Spartan Buckeye, I tell you that.
Joe was talking about being technically sound against the Ravens. What things do they challenge you guys to be technically sound at when it comes to gap discipline?
Yeah, just knowing your gap in assignment, who you have in the run game, pass game, and keeping your eyes in the right place.
At OLB, what extra stress do they put on you with the things that they can do really well?
Being able to make sure, we know who's in the game, whether it's Derrick Henry or a different running back that's, they got different, roles in the offense. So just knowing that and knowing who we have.
Nick, if TJ is ready to go this weekend, just what does that do for you guys?
He's obviously the best player in the world, so that does a lot for us. So mentally, physically, everything. So just having him out there, flying around with the boys again is awesome.
Especially if Lamar is able to go too, and Derrick Henry. Just what challenges do both of them present for you guys?
They're both great players. Lamar's multiple MVP, Derrick Henry, one of the best to do it. So we got to bring our A game for sure.
I think Alex has 7 sacks this week now, and he came back from his injury. What do you love about Alex's game? What do you take from it that makes him such a great player?
Just his motor, his aggression, the way he plays the game, he plays it the right way. He's going to do his job, and he's going to do more than that. He makes plays when the lights are on in the biggest moments. You see that game in and game out in the way he approaches business every day. He's a great role model, great leader.
What's been working for you guys in the run defense the past couple of weeks?
I think everybody just being gap sound, playing gap sound football, knowing if you got the A gap, have the A gap. If you got the C gap, have the C gap. So everybody's just doing their job.
In the last 3 weeks, you guys have the fewest yards allowed, fewest yards per carry, no rushing touchdowns allowed. You guys have been the best run defense the last 3 weeks. How do you guys see that as a test against the run offense that beat you guys last year, that ended your season?
Yeah, you can't really look at the last 3 weeks. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is this week. And we got to go out there and prove not to just everybody else but ourselves that we are who we say we are.
The more you play, the more teams notice you, so they're starting to send ship help and different things to your direction. How do you approach that? That's maybe a new thing that you're seeing, trying to learn how to beat chips and dollar teams?
I mean, the guy gets chipped the most is right here in the building. So just seeing how he goes about that, and picking his brain day by day, and seeing different approaches and bouncing ideas off of each other.
Does this game feel like a little bit like a college rivalry game or a college postseason game, a win or go home, playing it against the Ravens, all of these high stakes in Week 18?
I can't even explain to you. Like, this game is just different. Like, this stuff you watch when you were a little kid, like Steelers and Ravens, like Troy Polamalu, Ray Lewis, like you could go back however many years you want, and it's always been like this. So I'm just blessed to be a part of it.
How do you positively channel those emotions and not, let the moment get too big and use it to work your advantage?
Yeah, I think you just got to realize that, it's bigger than you. It's more than the game. Like, all the guys who came before you that walked these halls and wore this jersey too, like, you're doing it not just for yourself but for them, and to honor your brothers in this locker room. And we've been on this journey since, May? So just trying to honor that and respect the game.
With how big how often you guys have played and how big these games often are against the Ravens, do you feel like you guys learn a lot about yourselves in these games, win or lose, about what you guys need to do, what you guys are doing?
I think you learn a lot about yourself in every game, to be honest. Like, the NFL is different, like high-level players, high-level plays, like so every week is a new challenge, and that's what's exciting. You get to go out there and prove it week in and week out.
How big of a mental challenge is it to have a letdown like you did on Sunday, to bounce back to try to win the AFC North?
I mean, we Steelers, man, like, it's ingrained in us. Like, we're blue collar, we're tough, we're nasty, we're disciplined. So you just gonna have to tune in on Sunday.
What do you guys have to be alert about how the Ravens try to use that against you to pop up in their option runs?
It'd be technically sound. That's the main thing we've been working on this whole week, of just seeing our keys, reading the high hat, low hat, and just reacting and fitting. And if we do that, then it's going to be an easy ball game for us.
You guys have allowed the fewest rushing yards per attempt, and no rushing touchdowns in the last 3 weeks. Is there a sense that, like, this is the test that proves that you guys have started to put things together in the run defense?
I mean, I feel like we had tests throughout the weeks just with the great backs we faced in the past couple of weeks. My guy. Yeah, this is another great opponent, another great back duo they got. 26 and 34 have been emerging throughout the week, so we just got to stay on top of those guys and do our job.
When did your competitiveness with the Ravens begin?
Can you say that one more time?
When did your competitiveness with the Ravens begin?
Probably since I was little, probably whenever my dad had that rivalry. I never really liked those guys. It's either Steelers or nobody, how I look at it. And if you're on the opposite side, then obviously we can't be on the same side. So I feel like I always had that rivalry with them, and now I have my own rivalry and my own beef and vendetta versus them that we got sorted out. So it's a good thing that I get to be a part of.
Going off of that, how fitting is it that this winner go home game is against these guys?
I mean, I feel like everybody wanted that. I mean, we're mad about what happened last week, obviously, but it's the new year, so Ravens versus Steelers at home for the hats and shirts. Who wouldn't want that? This is an entertainment type league, and that's entertaining. So I'm gonna be excited for it. Everybody in here is excited for it, so we're ready for it.
Joey, TA was saying that you get more focused, you get more intense when it comes to these reps. What is it about your personality that allows you to be like that?
Yeah, everybody feel like I play like 10 times harder when I play the Ravens, and it's probably because I really don't like those guys. But nah, I'm playing. I think 240. All right. Oh, thank you. Yep. I forgot what I was saying. What was the question?
About rivalry, why you seem to raise your game in rivalry situations.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just my competitive spirit at the end of the day. We know how much, how deep this rivalry is and how long it's been going and how people cherish it. So I just carry that with me while I'm playing, and I think that just gives me an extra little boost to get the job done.
What's the first game of this rivalry you remember?
I don't know. There's been a lot of good ones. I don't want to say nothing too crazy, but probably when there was a point where dudes were getting knocked out like every game. Like, when the Steelers and Ravens play, somebody's not going to make it throughout the whole game. And I feel like whenever Ryan Clark was playing and those dudes were really putting lights out, that's when everything got really intense. But, who doesn't like those rivalries?
Did your dad really go on the bus?
See, we had talks about it. He said it's like it's a fairy tale. Like, it was the truth, and then some people got this story and put their own little twist to it. I haven't really sat down with him and talked about the story, but it is what it is. Some people say he got on there and was fighting. Some people said he just walked on there. I really don't know.
If Brandon's back this week, what does it do for you guys, the secondary and as a defense as a whole,
defending the multitude that the Ravens throw at you?
I mean, it's going to be a great opportunity for him to get back in the mix. He missed a couple games, and it just gives us some more flexibility for the back seven. You know, we've got a lot of guys that went down or that's going through some things, and we've been plug and playing and next man up mentality, and we have the horses. But, you know, just to get another horse back in the stable, it's going to be good for all of us, really help us with our legs, and just another great guy on the field.
Apologies if you've been asked this before, but you guys weren't able to get the run game going against the Ravens last time. What do you guys look at that you've been able to do better since then and that you look to get right on Sunday?
No, hopefully we get the run game going, you know, against them. I think it'll help us out tremendously, and you know, it's just, you know, doing basic things that we always been doing, and you know, just trying to get out there and get a win. Sure.
What challenges does their run defense present for you?
I don't think any challenges. I think it's about us executing, us getting to our blocks, and you know, we can run the ball definitely, but at the same time, it's all about us executing our plays and doing what we have to do.
You guys do run zone heavily, but what are the gap stuff that you guys let the pullers kind of do to maybe give a change up to defenses and how you see those guys?
I mean, I feel like gap scheme is a good change up to, you know, what we need to be doing, but at the same time, our zone reads and what we obviously do, you know, most downs are, you know, key to our success. So I mean, I think we do what we need to be doing and do what we need to be doing at a high level.
You guys have been successful on those gap runs. What about your offensive line sticks out that's so good about that when you run?
No, those guys, you know, they know what to do and they know what they're doing. So I think it's just always obviously us reading out and, you know, trusting them.
How nice is it having a quarterback too that has been in these kind of situations before, such a high stakes game like this?
I think it's, you know, I feel like at this point it's just do or die. You know, having a guy like that willing to go out there and put everything on the line. You know, knowing it's a win or go home, or you know, whatever outside of that. But I think it's just all about, you know, having a guy like that know what we need to be doing and us going out there executing.
Kenny, you've been in a lot of huge games. What do these games normally come down to?
I think it comes down to detail, us being together, communicating. It's come down to communication.
How much does it help for you too that you've been in these situations?
I think it helps a lot because I know what it takes to, you know, win a game like this and trying to advance, you know. But it's obviously we have to be great on every position, every down, get in the red zone and score. So I mean, obviously those things have to be perfect.
Is that something you can pass on? Anybody ask you how do you win a big game like this?
Yeah, but you know, I feel like people have to get themselves in those positions too and understand the situations. But you know, just learning from somebody that has been in those situations can help out tremendously too.
You got no Garrett this week. Does that mean less chips and maybe more involvement in the passing game?
Hopefully we can get to less of that, you know. But it's all about executing our plays at the end of the day.
When it comes to big games, does it help that the past 2 weeks have come down to the slimmest of margins, where you at least have experience in those tight games when it comes down to the matter of it?
Oh yeah.
What is there a difference if Lamar? I mean, obviously Lamar's incredible, but I mean, is it pretty much the same offense whether it's one guy or the other that you're preparing for?
I mean, Lamar is a different player, so it's different. But scheme, that's what they're trying to do, is the same. They're trying to run the ball. So that's not going to change no matter who's at quarterback.
Kyle, we got up here a little bit late, but just you've been very impactful for this defense as of late. Just is this kind of what you expected coming here to Pittsburgh?
I just wanted to have a team. That's it. That's still my goal. Help the defense as much as possible and just get better and keep growing for the defense.
What's been the impression of the year that Joey's had in your time with him?
The
year that Joey Porter's had for you guys, how would you describe what he's been able to do for you guys?
Since I've been here, he's been locked down. And, you know, when you have somebody over there, you can kind of trust that, you know, he's going to do what he's supposed to do. It helps everybody, and it kind of makes the offense a little more one-dimensional. So, yeah.
You guys have played a lot of really good running backs this year. Is Henry in a class by himself, or kind of just the next one you got to stop?
I mean, he's definitely the next one we got to stop. He's a good back, though. No doubt about it. He's a good back. But he's the next one we got to stop. We know what we got to do, and we know what they're going to try to do. So,
how does the combination of good running quarterback play, along with a really physical runner like Henry, sort of make each of those things more difficult to stop individually?
I don't think it really makes it more difficult. It just means we had to be that much more, tight on what we're supposed to be doing. That much more paying attention to the detail and things like that, and making sure we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, play in and play out. So yeah.
What makes the Ravens tight ends such a challenge?
They run well. I think they're both crafty in their routes and do a good job of getting open, creating space and things like that. So it makes it harder.
Kyle, how fitting is it that it's come down to the Steelers versus Ravens in a win-or-go-home game like this?
Storybook. I guess most people wouldn't want it any other way. I'd say that. Yeah.
And how does it feel to be a part of that?
We got to win.
How does it feel to just be a part of that, too?
It feels good. Yeah, it feels really good.
I'm here change of pace, kind of being a moniker that people use when they talk about running backs. But how hard is it, or how hard is it to adjust when you have a guy like Henry, who's this big dude, and then you have Mitchell, who's kind of the smaller, fast guy?
You kind of get I'd say this is like an awareness thing. When each guy's in there, it's kind of a different play style, or the offensive coordinator is calling things a little differently with both guys. So you just gotta have that awareness to what each guy does well, and be ready for it.